Welcome to the Elementary Mathematics ORIGO Stepping Stones Overview. In this e-course, you'll learn how to navigate through ORIGO Slates, our online math resource. ORIGO Stepping Stones consist of 5 key components: your online teacher guide, your student books, ORIGO Big Books for primary grades, the number case, and then additional online support resources such as your digital tools and games. Each student in grades kindergarten through 5th grade will receive a consumable student journal. In grades 1 through 5, there are 2 pages for each lesson. These lessons begin with open-ended questions that are designed to assist the teacher in leading a discussion. They are titled in ORIGO as Step In. They are followed by appropriate written work known as Step Up, then a final question titled Step Ahead, which is used to foster higher order thinking skills. This last question often uses the mathematics from the lesson in a different context. Each student in 1st grade through 5th grade will receive a consumable practice book in addition to the student journal. Another component of your ORIGO resource are Big Books. Big Books are large formatted storybooks designed for classroom use. And this series helps teachers introduce key mathematical concepts in grades K through 2. There are 12 Big Books titles written into lesson in each of these grades. Here are a list of the titles by grade level. The 4th component of your ORIGO resource is the ORIGO number case. As you can see here, each grade level does have a number case. The number case are ready-made materials teachers can use within lessons or centers. Each number case will have a card identifying the contents of the number case, then the number case itself. Some of the items within the number case can be used with a dry erase marker. Please be careful and check before allowing students to use to see if this particular item can be used with a dry erase marker. The final component of our resource is found all online. To access it online, you may go to www.origoslate.com. Here you use your Active Directory to log in to ORIGO. You can also click the Remember Me button to save your email address. For those of you who do not have an account, you'll need to email our Math Department Secretary, Karen Horton. Make sure in that email you include your name, your grade level assignment, and the school you teach at. Next, I'm actually going to take you into a live view of ORIGO. We can go over the online components of ORIGO. Starting across the top, we do have the access to the channel and all the online components. Next, we have a Favorites button, which the Favorite button houses all of your links you most use from the online resource. The History button just simply holds your most recent current views. The Playlist, this is a place where you can customize and sequence content here, which we do offer additional professional development on how to develop and customize playlists. A Glossary of Common Math Terms. Here is a support button where you can click to give ORIGO directly support about content within ORIGO. Your personal account information and settings, how to log out, and the Resource tab. The Resource tab will be a place that holds all the documents for the current page you're on. Here you can zoom in, zoom out, and print as well. So we're currently on the Honey Pot. When you open up this channel, Honey Pot, you land here to this particular page, and to begin, you must click the Start button, then Titles. It will populate a different list of Honey Pot. The Honey Pot houses all of our Blackline Masters for ORIGO. You can search by grade level and by content. And then again, you have your Blackline Masters, which you can print here at the bottom of the screen. Once you're done, you always want to click down below here. Click Titles. looking for something different. Again, any black line masters at the content reference you can find here in ORIGO's honeypot. Print it off. Next, let's take a look at the flare channel. You'll always come to this overview page of flare. To get started, you'll click the start and the title button. Again, you can differentiate by grade level and content. So flare is an interactive whiteboard teaching tool. It's designed to facilitate student to student or teacher to student interactions. It can be used whole class, small group, one-on-one instruction, and it includes activities with step-by instruction. So here, examples, you have number mats and additional number mats. And notice these are number mats, not number frames. I'd have to click on frames to get an example of a 5 frame. If I no longer wanted the one there, click into my eraser on that one and it's gone. To get access to another frame, I have to make sure I click back on my hand tool to pull out another frame. You want multiple mats, you have access to those here. I'm going to get rid of, let's look at some manipulatives. Click my hand tool. I can pull out various manipulatives. I want to change the color. You do that as well. I need my hand tool. And again, if you wanted to change the color, you can do that as well. If I wanted to get rid of the screen, click here and that opens the screen back and forward. The setup tab will let you choose the size of those mats, the size of your canters. I wanted to lock my mat in place. Now when I'm on the erase tool, notice that everything else erases, but my mat itself will not erase. To leave, I'll always want to click down below, and it brings me back to the overview page. I can go back into Start and Titles to pick a different manipulative tool. If I wanted more information about the mats and manipulatives, the current tool that's highlighted here, I would click on the Resource tab, and I can either go back to the tool, but for get more information, I can click on this user guide here. The user guide again shows me that I'm getting information about mats and manipulatives. I can print that guide or just go through the various pages on how to set up and manipulate this tool. And again, once I'm finished, I want to click down below to exit. The next channel that we're going to look at is the mat fundamentals. Fundamentals are game boards. And again, you come to the overview page. You'll click Start Titles. And it brings up a list of titles you can populate by grade level and content. So fundamentals are games that students can play. Okay. To get directions on how to play the game and examples, you'll click that little question mark. Okay, and I click on the actual cube. The counters move in and out. So back 15, and you get the gist of the game. Down below to exit. Some of the games come with cards. Let's take another look at a different game. As you can see, this game comes with multiple counters students will need to play. Six minus 3. covered. 4 minus 4, 0, and continue. Within the curriculum, you'll notice that we give you access to a hard copy to this. We have simply taken a picture of the screen and provided the curriculum just in case your technology is not working or you would like to put it in a center for students to play. So we give you copies of the game and the directions on how to play. Next, let's look at the Big Book tools. So Big Book Tools also brings you to an overview page. You'll have to hit the Start, then Titles. And on Big Book Tools, you have a Spanish and English version. Big Book Tools are designed to be used with the Big Book so students can model along the action that are taking place within the Big Book. And this card, it wants me to drag out 4. And students could write as well. And I need to switch back to hand tool if I'm going to change. Information could be erased and exit down below. The Spanish titles are the titles that had SPA at the end. Within the curriculum, you'll notice that we'll reference activities for you to do with the big books. These are a list of the different activities, which will only be noticed once you click the actual book that you want. To get the detailed information about the activities, you'll go to the Resource tab and click where it says Activities 1 through 9. Again, a way to access the Spanish version of that book, or go back to the actual 2. So the detailed information, as you can see, pulls up a 12-page document for this particular book. Anywhere you see this little bear icon, that means in conjunction with this activity, you'll need the tool. And activity 7 and 8 need the tool. The Big Book Tunes, we did not as a district actually purchase the Big Book tools. There are some samples there if you want to hear a sample, and maybe if as a campus or your principal would like to purchase that tool, the tunes you can.
7 colors in the sky make a rainbow way up high. Red is the first color in my rainbow. I'll paint more colors and watch it grow. 7.
This whole tool is 3 minutes and 10 seconds long. You just have a sample of that. Next, let's take a look at the Math Ed videos. Math Ed again brings you to an overview page. If you click Start and Titles, you'll see you have access to professional learning videos. There are over 60 short videos that provide practical skills on how to develop and deepen mathematical concepts here. You click and you can actually watch videos. Those are there and available to you to use and watch at your own learning. These videos are strictly for teachers only. In the second phase of this tutorial, we'll go into the detailed guide of Stepping Stones channel, where you'll find your teaching guide and teacher resources.